Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me at 339-1670 or 238-6716. Those of you that have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me. Those of you that lend your friend and your family your hard-earned cash, you cannot get it back, feel free to contact Real Talk, that collection department, and we'll be glad to assist you in getting back your hard-earned cash. Now, viewers, I want to say a special good night to you, the viewers of Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean, and around the globe. Those of you on the Real Talk page, like and share the page. Now, viewers, we keep you up to date of daily incidents that happen in Trinidad and Tobago on our page. So feel free to like and share the page as our program goes on tonight. Now, for those of you who do not know about Real Talk is a show on Synergy TV that is based in Trinidad and Tobago and is solely owned and operated by the host, me, Saieed Ali. I am not affiliated with any party whatsoever. So just to let you all know, it's a live program from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. with a repeat the following day at 10 a.m. Our studio lines are 238-6716. You can feel free to call in, drop your comment, let me hear what you have to say concerning issues that we are dealing with on our program. So viewers, those of you on YouTube, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. Now, before we start off tonight, I've always heard the Minister of Health keep saying about travel advisory. Now, even though I'm going to hit hard tonight, I wouldn't do like last night, straight from a script. I want my show to be a professional show. So listen this. Policies taken by the government as it relates to COVID-19 have helped in managing the situation. This is according to Health Minister Terence Dayal Singh. Minister Dayal Singh made a statement while responding to questions from the media. Listen this, eh? Listen this, eh? I will pause there. Now you will hear me. Dayal Singh have always been talking and always saying in the media that this is the first country to take step in fighting COVID-19 in the Caribbean. He always saying that. Listen to this. He said a decision was taken back in January to establish a parallel healthcare system to deal with the pandemic and preventing the spread. Hold on. He have always been talking about traveling with the people, not to go out, not to travel out. Run the video.
It must be remembered that Trinidad and Tobago took firm action from as early as January 30th. We were the first country in the Western Hemisphere to introduce the issue of a travel restriction for one country. Then we added 5 other countries to bring it up to 6 because we were tracing what was then an epidemic turning into a pandemic. So we were tracing the epidemic that started in China. We traced it going on to Asia, Hong Kong, Korea. Then we traced it going into Europe, and then we added more countries. And then finally, we took the firm decision to add, I think it was France and a couple other countries. And then 2 firm decisions. 1, to suspend the rest of the cruise ship season, and 2, to finally close our borders.
Now, viewers, this was in January. He made a firm decision, travel advisory, for the citizens of Trinidad not to travel outside. This is in January. You all heard what he said. In Carnival, in February, he laid down a restriction on traveling to China. In January, for Carnival, we had about 40,000 people in Trinidad and Tobago. The restrictions were for China. About 40,000 or more came into Trinidad for Carnival, but you laid on our restrictions. You laid on our restrictions to China in Carnival concerning COVID-19 coming to Trinidad, coronavirus. Let me tell you something. That wasn't the only thing he laid down in January. Listen to what Mr. Tim Gopi Singh had to say on the 31st of January.
Madam Speaker, in accordance with Standing Order 17, I hereby request your leave to move the adjournment of the House of Representatives at today's sitting for the purpose of discussing the following definite matter of urgent public importance, namely, the increasing number of coronavirus infections in 25 countries and the Trinidad and Tobago's government not properly securing the country's borders. The matter is definite because it relates to a global pandemic with thousands of confirmed cases and hundreds of deaths, with the virus being spread exponentially, whilst the government of Trinidad and Tobago is only temporarily prohibiting arrivals from China at this time. The matter is urgent because there is a grave and urgent risk that the coronavirus could be spread to Trinidad and Tobago through visitor arrivals from countries with infected patients, bearing in mind that the virus could take up to 14 days to become apparent. The matter is of public importance because lives are at stake, and in the absence of appropriate contingency measures, there is the danger of the contagious coronavirus becoming an epidemic in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Honourable members, I am not satisfied that this qualifies under this standing order.
So now, viewers, since January 31st, you see, this is just a reflect back I given earlier. Because every time he come on, you would hear him saying about travel restriction. Since in January 31st, the COVID-19 motion that was moved by Tim Gopi Singh was turned down. Now, in March month, listen this.
At today's sitting, for the purpose of discussing the following definite matter of urgent public importance, namely, the vulnerability of healthcare workers with respect to patients suspected of or having the COVID-19 virus infection. The matter is definite since the World Health Organization has declared it a global epidemic, which is now affecting countries within the Caribbean area. This development poses an imminent danger to Trinidad and Tobago's citizens, with a more immediate danger to healthcare workers. The matter is urgent because healthcare staff are at this time inadequately prepared through a lack of policy direction, procedures and information, including protection measures to deal with suspected and or confirmed cases. The matter is of public importance because of the thousands of healthcare workers who, if unprepared, can unknowingly transmit the virus to its citizenry. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honourable members, I am not satisfied that this matter qualifies under the standing orders.
So now, viewers, back in January, opposition member of Parliament, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, moved a motion in the House to debate COVID-19 as a matter of urgent public importance. However, Speaker Bridget Anderson George shut the motion down. That was in January. On January 31st, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Her Excellency Paula May Weeks, declared COVID-19 as a dangerous disease. 4 days later, in February, Opposition Senator Wade Mack also moved a motion to have Senate discuss COVID-19 as a matter of urgent public importance. However, the Senate President Christine Kangaloo declined the motion. On the 4th of March, which you all just heard, Mr. Gopi Singh moved the matter again, and it was turned down. So it's not a day I'm telling you all about COVID-19. Since January, now the Minister of Health does always want to come out and say, we are the first country to put travel restrictions. When Jamaica was putting things in place, and I was on this set telling you all that it was not important. So to the Health Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, when you're making your media briefing, don't always stress on travel restrictions in January. Because in Trinidad for Carnival, it had about 40,000 people in Trinidad and Tobago that use a plane to come in. So let me tell you something. Don't come out and mama guide the public. Saieed Ali is not about mama guiding the public. We have a disease in Trinidad that is also a disease around the world, killing people. They don't have a cure for it. But you want to come on a set and in front of the media and you want to mama guide people with travel restrictions. It ain't helping the country. Because Tim Gopi Singh moved the motion on January 31st. And now let's turn him down. The Speaker turned him down. The President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago declared it a dangerous act, but it was turned down. On March, Tim Gopi Singh again moved the motion and it was turned down. So don't come up and say, the first country putting travel restrictions since January. Let me tell you something. It's making sense. No apartheid makes sense. Because if you put a restriction here and in March the motion turned down and in January 31st it was turned down, you can't fool the public. Definitely you cannot fool Saieed Ali. You could fool the million of them you want. You cannot fool me. That is why I don't ask anybody to support me, not even an ad. Because when I start on my show, nobody is telling me, Saieed, don't talk about this, and don't talk about that, and don't talk about the next. Because I'm bringing the raw facts to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and for the citizens outside of Trinidad and Tobago looking on. I want to hear our next mashup. Listen, we have a caller on the line. Caller, good night.
Yeah, hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, people have to be aware for the next biggest mama guy. And the next biggest mama guy is that they are going to let the people of Trinidad and Tobago feel that they are in control and they are running the country and it's in order because it's an election time. And after the election, they will sell out state assets. People will be retrenched. They will do everything in their power to make it look good. But after if they get back in power, they will see the destruction that will take place. So they have to be aware that any politician coming up for election now, any party, they must outline their progress, what they have for this country in rebuilding back this country. And if you don't like it, you vote for the one that you like.
Thank you, my friend. Now listen to the next mashup, viewers. Listen to the next thing. COVID-19 have no cure, nowhere around the world. Scientists trying to create, but they ain't sure as yet. That is a mashup right around the world. It is impacting on stocks, on oil, on growth in every country. Trinidad, we did not prepare for it. Listen to this next one. Listen to next one. This next one concerns Saddam Hussein. Meanwhile, the opposition senator Saddam Hussein sought to have the House discuss another issue. This time, it was the falling oil price.
For leave to move the adjournment of the Senate on definite matters of urgent public importance.
Senator Hussein.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Madam President, in accordance with Standing Order 16, I hereby seek your leave to move the adjournment of the Senate for the purpose of discussing a definite matter of urgent public importance. That is, the short and medium-term plan which the government has put in place to cushion the effects of the plummeting oil and gas prices internationally. The matter is definite because it pertains specifically to an ongoing international crisis where oil and gas prices have been on a sharp decline and the oil price has declined by over 30%. The matter is urgent because with the continuous plummeting of the oil and gas prices, the revenue stream of Trinidad and Tobago will begin a precipitous decline. The matter is of public importance as it affects every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. The importance of the matter is further emphasized by the fact that Trinidad and Tobago is largely dependent on oil and gas. Thank you very much, Madam President.
Honourable Senators, I have considered the motion as presented and I am not satisfied that it qualifies under this standing order.
That was on the 10th of March. On the 10th of March. We're in April. Today is the 21st of April. What was the oil price yesterday? What was the oil price yesterday? $1 US? 63 cents, I believe. WTI. So what we're going to do now? Now, we're in a pandemic. You see the reason why the first 15 minutes in this show was to reflect back. The first 10 minutes was to reflect back. Now we're in a pandemic. We're in a pandemic with a virus that have no cure. No cure. And we're now putting things in place since January. According to the health minister, restrictions for traveling only to China. But Carnival, we had about 40,000 outsiders jumping on the street. That is where you call a plan. Now we have 75% of Trinidad and Tobago, you can say lockdown. Because we're non-essential. We're non-essential. It's the 21st of March. When you are supposed to put unemployment relief grant, salary relief grant, rental assessment grant, nothing in place yet. The 21st of March and not one grant paid. Yesterday I was telling you all about somebody who in a HDC house. And you now want to break down the door to put them on the road. Husband was working all the time, maintaining the family good. COVID-19 hit, he home, rent up. The owner want to put them out in the road. And throughout Trinidad, it have been going on. Because every single day, I just get called. Said, what could do for we? The first 10 minutes was to reflect back. Now, Saddam Hussein, on the 10th of March, moved that motion to the House. They may satisfy. Look what happened. 10th of March, 10th of April, today is the 21st of April. What we have in place now? I understand the drop, but what we have in place? Nothing. It's a worldwide pandemic just like COVID-19. And what we have? I heard the Prime Minister give a speech yesterday. Wow. Call her good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
I'm just wanting to say a job well done. I like how you're for the people, and this is one thing. You just come with the facts. Great job.
Thank you, Mike. This is real talk. This is real talk. You see, now I got to, if I got to ask for sponsors now, what am I going to do? What I gonna do? Eh? I'll get sponsors? I know, I'm just asking. You see, last night I talked to my mouth got dry, I started to cough. But tonight I prep. So we're dealing with it. Let me tell you, listen, let me give you a little hint one time. You see, from 7:30, go back until 8 o'clock. I've given you a hint one time. Throughout Trinidad and Tobago, in every constituency, I want the viewers of Real Talk, feel free to call in 238-6716. Make it short and make it sweet. Let us know if your councillor or your MP have visited your area. This week is a mash-up week, you know. This week is a mash-up week, you know. Thank God I don't ask for nobody, you know, because while my show going on, they would have received a call inside it. Tell Side, don't talk about them thing we running an ad. Call a good night. I taking calls tonight. It's mash-up.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Yes, it is the PNM government why we in this mess now. I'm not saying that it's a global pandemic, but we should have been better or better prepared.
Thank you. Yes.
But Saeed, I want to raise one point. I live at Bonya Gardens, Aruka. I call T&Tech, which is an essential service, a street lamp that out. Okay? I have called them on 2 occasions, and up to now, I am an elderly person, okay? And right now the place is black. Why I give them all the information?
Okay, caller, where is this?
This is Nightingale Drive on the concrete walkway, Bonya Gardens, Aruka.
There's a light pole number?
Yes, I have it here. I could call the number.
Call out the number and give them the proper address.
Yes, E7044422. Up to this time, the woman who answered the phone, she said she have the report in front of me, but that has not been assigned as yet. Why is that?
Thank you, my dear. I will try to sort out that problem tomorrow. So, viewers, this is what we are dealing with. Now, listen this. We're moving along. Feel free to call in, you know. I put the facts on the table for you, especially when you hear somebody want to come and mama guide the public. You see that? Especially if Real Talk on the air running, is a serious thing. It's a serious thing. I do business who you are. The position you're holding up on top is because the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago put you there. Like I always say, I am not affiliated with no party. What I would support is somebody working for Trinidad and Tobago and doing it the correct way. Because I am not a man of foolishness, you know. I am not a man about foolishness and ranting and raving and sweeping things under the carpet. Nah, look for somebody else. If I want to support my program, nothing wrong. I'm taking all the money. Because we could buy some equipment, we go hire staff, and we go run it again. Now, viewers, before I move on, Real Talk is having its drive. We are collecting cash for the food drive that we want to keep. Like I said, it's $150,000 we want to raise. We're going to 200 homes with groceries and medications also. So I am asking 150 people in Trinidad and Tobago to contribute $1,000 each. People who believe in planting seed and in miracles, now is your time. Now is your time. Because Saieed Ali is not just a normal man on the street. I have a gift of spirituality. I just do spiritual work. So planting a seed concerning Saieed Ali drive, the food drive into Real Talk, you never know what door could open for you. And like since I started that, I was telling you all about a lady who came to me, Saieed, planting a seed with you $1,500. In less than 14 days, the woman had access to $1.4 million. She came and said, Saieed, thanks. And she brought her bag. She said, this is yours. So the Hindu, the Christian, the Muslim, the Baptist, the Roman Catholic, wherever you be, you believe in planting seed? Real Talk platform is not a church, you know. is where you get the current facts, the real facts, not none of the carpet, because I go throw a hook and I go wheel it out of the carpet. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
I would like to know if our MP is alive or if he's dead.
What area is this?
Arima.
What district in Arima? Arima big?
Upper Arima, Matarita.
So you haven't seen your MP?
Well, that I now want to know if he is alive or if he is dead.
What about the councillor?
We don't see nobody.
Thank you, my friend. So as we move on tonight, feel free to call in. Now listen to this. Government is preparing to deal with its second wave of patients. Health Minister Saieed Ali today said the Arima Hospital would be ready by the end of this week.
The Arima facility will be operational by Friday. That will host 94 cases. We are using that facility in parallel with Cora for mainly suspect cases, pediatric cases, which Dr. Paul will speak to, and also in case we have people on dialysis who are COVID positive and need to be dialyzed, they will be dialyzed separately at Arima.
Now viewers, I believe the Arima Hospital was constructed, they started under the UNC. Good. So here it is now. I want to thank the former administration for starting the hospital, and I want to thank the present administration for finishing it, and hopefully by next week it will be okay to open. I'm not a biased fella, you know. I will hit the hammer direct on the nail head. The same thing they could have done with Cuba Hospital all the time. All the time. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
I want to know where Marshall Matano and Fian and all of these entertainers is. Where they is now, where their mouth is. People go and wine and dine in their party and them can't donate nothing. You don't hear about them now? All them want is the big party, everybody partying. And I'm not hearing the opposition mouth.
Thank you, my friend. Minister Dayal Singh also said the Augustus Hospital would also be ready to accommodate patients.
Augustus Long, 50 beds, that will be used in a similar vein to Cuba for acute and critical cases.
So my question still is, why are we paying for Brooklyn Settlement Home? Why are we paying for Balandra? Why? Now we have other homes coming, other places coming on stream. I hear this was donated by this one. I hear that one was donated by the other one. I hear this one outfitted by this one. Let me just hope. I'm just saying something here. Let me just hope it will have nothing under the carpet. I'm just saying so. Because I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the health minister to come out with a report that he asked for in the Brooklyn Settlement Home, the Davis home. I'm still waiting to find out who authorized the home because the health minister said he don't know who's Davis, who owns the Davis home. But I will tell you something. If the money have to be released from the finance minister, it goes to health. And from health, it will go to the owner of the home who recommend the home. If I'm wrong, you tell me. If I am wrong, you tell me. So I'm waiting to see when he will bring out that report. Who authorized the home? Where is the EMA? Where is OSHA? Where are those things? You feel I forget? Is $105,000 of tax-paying money went down there. So I ain't forget. If the public forgets, I'm reminding you. I'm reminding you. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Said. I think though the answer to those questions asking would never be forthcoming. And if it is forthcoming, it would be clouded. One of the recommendations I want to make, sir, instead, we had to go on, looking here and there and asking for contribution. I think people like yourself and Ishmael and all those who are, genuinely interested in helping the people, you all should have a direct link to this government draw down from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund to provide, because they are not using it for that. Secondly, sir, as a media personnel, I don't know. I think some rules or regulations, is not operating properly. Where this government, what they call virtual news conference, they are not doing that. They are campaigning. So how can we have an unequal advantage? Opposition should have had equal time to air their views. And one other recommendation, if I may, I think that you see, the Heritage and Stabilization Fund is for the future generation. And if it is being squandered away by this regime, what is there for our children and our grandchildren? I think the law should be amended so that they have 3/5 majority in Parliament before that fund can be touched. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Now, who created Heritage and Stabilization Funds? Who created that? Was that created under the Bastille Pandey administration? And it was fueled. It was fueled under the Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa administration. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question. Somebody say something. I have a phone line open, 238-6716. Caller, good night.
Good night to you and all the listeners and the people looking on.
Thank you, my friend. Welcome to Real Talk.
Yeah. Tell me something. What became of that report concerning the procurement of that property up at Sangre Grande, the step-down place? I haven't heard anything about that again.
That is the in Brooklyn settlement.
That's right, because I know the last time they asked the Minister the housing about it, he said that he just got the report that he didn't get a chance to go. I haven't heard anybody ask him about that.
Thank you, my friend. That is why I said a couple seconds ago, I am waiting to see what the minister have to say. I am waiting. It is $105,000 of tax-paying money went down there. Who authorized the home? Who is financing the home? Where did finance come from? If the Minister of Health do not know anything about the Davis home, did OSHA went and see the place? Did the EMA went and see the place? Because when you're opening a bar, the fireman wants to go, OSHA wants to go, EMA wants to go, but we have a place where it have sick old people in. Did OSHA went? Did EMA go? Did the fire authority go? We are hearing nothing. Don't sweep it under the carpet. Even though I forget, a spirit go remind me to ask all you. Take what telling all you. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali. Mr. Ali, Toko Sandy Grande, Miss Jennings, about a month before general election gone, 4 years and something. That is the last day we ever see this woman in Sukan Street. The local election gone, she still didn't turn up. The only way I see that woman is on TV. But Mr. Ali, you know the speaker of the house right now that we have is the worst thing that ever happened in Trinidad. That woman is I wonder if that woman was shame. Thank you, Mr. Ali.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers of Real Talk, I want to let you understand something. We are dealing with serious issues, and the callers, when they call in, they voice their concern on issues. They talk about what is hitting them on their heart, about their livelihood, about their situation. As long as they talk proper, I have not a problem. Make it short and make it sweet, because we are a live show. We deal with the real issues. Hence the reason why we became the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, among others. among others. So as I go along, I keep reminding you viewers of Real Talk. Encourage your friend and your family to look at Real Talk. Because this is the program where you could call in and voice your concern on an issue in your area. Now feel free. Call me tomorrow. My cell phone number is 339-1670 or call my office at 238-6716 to plant a seed of $1,000 to help somebody. Like I always say, that money ain't going in neither my front pocket, neither my pants pocket, neither my back pocket. It ain't going there. Because Real Talk is on the air for the last 2 years. It owns and operates under Saieed Ali. No one else. I am not affiliated with nobody. But if the government wants to come and give me a little 2 million, a little 3 million, Saieed, we realize your program, you're looking out for the poor people and for the less fortunate. Look at 2 million or 3 million. Go and feed the people and them. I will take it. I will take it. You know why I would take it? You know why I would take it and feed them? Because every 5 years, party come and party go, they go down to the man on the street. You know why? Guys, bring on this camera. You know why? You see this 1 inch finger? It is important every 5 years. You know why? People like me and you have the power every 5 years with this 1 inch finger. With that 1 inch finger, we have power. Tell me if I lie, no? Call a good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Said.
To you, my friend. Welcome to Real Talk.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago, whichever party, doesn't matter, they are employed by us.
Yes.
We are the shareholders.
Correct.
They are accountable to us. And if you're not doing a good job, we have to find somebody who might be able to perform better.
Thank you, my friend.
The Minister of Finance said recently that the money in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund was supposed to be for a rainy day, but he said not a rainy day, it's a thunderstorm we're having. But a couple times in the past, they dipped into the funds, but we didn't have a thunderstorm, so I would like him to explain that. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. Now let me explain that for you. They thought COVID-19. They thought. Yes, they're preparing. They're now preparing. When the flood passed, the horse out of the stable, we now decide to go and, well, you know, we had to cut grass. So they're now looking for the knife. Then they go look for the grass, and then they will get a van to transport the grass. So when we thought COVID-19 was a dread issue, let me tell you something. The real issue, no raise. The drop in oil. So when you thought that was a storm, the storm now reach. So when you thought you was dependent on HSF funds, believe me, you have to look for something else bigger than that and wider than that. We're holding more money than that because we're in for a ride of life now. Because this is where stock market being affected. This is where banks shutting down. This is where Wall Street closing down. This is where business going underground now. They can't say we're on top of the ground again, you know, because we collapse. So now we're going underground. Think about it. I will keep you up to date with it. So as we move along tonight, feel free to call in from 7:30. Feel free to call in. Let me hear what area you're from. If you have seen your councillor or the MP in your area since COVID-19. And since everybody wants to say they're giving out hamper, where's your councillor? Where's your MP? Over 10 billion taken out. Over 10 billion taken out. I saw a post on TV on Facebook today. But I still want to confirm that it's about 60 million spent on grants. But I still want to confirm that. I still want to confirm it. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram said there are possible cases of local spread of COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago. As a result, he urged the person or persons to continue to adhere to the stay-at-home measures implemented by the government. Now, all well and good. All well and good. We stay home, we prevent the spread. But while staying home, the baby crying for milk, rent coming up, groceries running out, and the government only balling, we are moving as fast as we can. Since January they're preparing, we're in April, but they're moving fast as we can. Dr. Parashram, however, revealed that the present health officials are using the necessary data to determine whether or not they are clusters.
What can happen, and if you look at it, we are at the sporadic phase, which means that we may have 1 or 2 cases of local spread in between. If those 1 or 2 persons would move around, and we can see the issue of a person maybe just having some mild symptoms, moving around like normal, going to a supermarket, going to a market, going to a large group of, where a large group of people congregate, or even within a household setting. For instance, if you have large apartment buildings and one person is infected in that kind of scenario, you can have from that one person spread to thousands of people, as we have seen.
Now, viewers, a rerun of this program is at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. We are live from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. on Synergy TV. We also go live on Facebook on the Real Talk page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We live on YouTube, TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. Share our link. Share our link, local and regional. I had a lot of calls from outside. Saieed, you're doing a very good job. Keep it up. Thus far, this is the only platform that they are looking on from the outside and seeing in Trinidad and Tobago that we stand for the poor citizen. We stand for the poor citizen. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Saieed, you know, I hear nobody talking. January, the opposition telling them this is a US system, we deal with it. Since January, eh?
Thank you, my friend. Since January, we're talking. Since Jamaica was putting things in place. Now, viewers, I am asking you all, I am begging, not on my behalf, not on my wife's behalf, not on my children's behalf, but I am begging on behalf of the less fortunate citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm trying to raise 150,000, if not more. And just keep in mind, this is just 150 people in Trinidad. Just 150 people to contribute $1,000 each. Everybody will go to open a door. You're praying from January to December. God open a door, lack of finance, lack of job. Plant a little seed now. You like corn. You like to eat corn. Corn too expensive, $20 a bag. But you know if you plant one corn seed, you'll get corn to eat. Simple thing. Agriculture was nothing to the minister. What the Minister of Agriculture? We don't hear him. We ain't hearing him. We ain't hearing him. Where the rest of ministers? We're not hearing them. Come out. You all have a vital role to play in your department. All we hear is COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19. But there are different ministries in the government that deals with the population of Trinidad and Tobago. Come out and say something concerning your department. Come out and say something. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead.
I hear you was asking about the councillor for the area.
What area are you from, Tanti?
I live at a long ways, but you don't see the councillor. I think he's not in the area right now.
Oh, good.
And they don't visit anybody and things. Only for election time, we go see them.
Thank you, my dear. Feel free to call in. Let us know if the councillor is in your area. Let us know if he's coming down to you. Let us know if the MP is coming to you. Because they have, I think, the salary relief grant and the rental assessment, the rental grant. They say go up on the NIB site. They say police station have it. But where is the councillor for the area? Are you going down to meet the people? Where is the MP for the area? Are you going down to meet the people? Or is it only when they have election you will come down? My throat getting dry, boy. It's only when you have election you go walk on the street with an umbrella and you go wet up your whole shirt to show the population and to show the public, well, you know, I'm walking and rain falling and I'm getting wet. Come better than that. Now is the time they need all your. They want all your help. Call good night.
Hello, Said. The spread of the virus in Trinidad is not that bad. At least they can open up as normal and make it mandatory that everybody wear a mask to go to work. Open it up back.
Simple. In China, they're wearing masks and they're moving. They're doing what they had to do. Why hasn't the opposition, listen to this, come back to me. Why hasn't the opposition asked the councillors and the MPs for the area to visit other constituencies? I will be opening the phones tomorrow night and all. I want to hear throughout Trinidad and Tobago, have you seen your MP? Have you seen your councillor? Now they have all kind of grants given out. Where's the councillor? Where's the MP? Let me tell you something. I sad, you know. I sad, you know. I will light up all there, you know. Only election we've seen all here. Where's that? Huh? COVID-19 all here inside? 5 years all here inside now with COVID-19? Come now, man. Tobago. We're moving across to Tobago. You have a call? Hang up. Tobago will get an additional 4 ventilators in the event that it gets a spin in the COVID-19 case, a spike. Health Minister Saieed Ali said this will bring the number of ventilators on the island to 9. The minister said the additional 10 ventilators that were expected to arrive in this country are stuck in Panama, but gave the assurance that the Tobago will get from the stock that is in Trinidad.
I had a chat, well, more than a chat, a discussion on Sunday with the Secretary of Health, Tracy Davison-Celestin. The ventilators promised are still stuck in Panama, but what we are doing, we are taking 4 ventilators from Trinidad and sending them to Tobago by hopefully tomorrow. So between tomorrow and Friday, they should reach Tobago.
I do apologize for coughing, viewers. It's just that my throat dry. I am very precautious. I am taking all caution necessary concerning COVID-19. Listen to this, A couple days ago, the Prime Minister flew out of Trinidad to see about his health, and he came in back. We have ventilators stuck in Panama. Why it is they can't take a private plane from Trinidad and fly to Panama and meet the Minister of Health in Panama, where we could use the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Moses. I don't know if COVID-19 caused him to disappear. He's the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Jump in a plane together with Paula Gopi-Schoon, the Minister of Trade. Jump in a private plane, fly down to Panama, talk to the minister, or even the Minister of Health could fly in and fly out for a day. Pick up the ventilators, meet with the ministry, and fly it into Trinidad. But the minister could go and say about his health and forget we need ventilators. The ventilator is not important. In 2 days or so, Tobago will get ventilators that we have in Trinidad. In about 2 days, it will reach in Tobago. So why you can't take a plane and fly down to Panama, Pick up what you have in Panama and fly back to Trinidad. That's not important. What is important, the vice president of Venezuela could fly in and fly back out. That is important. The minister, the prime minister leaving Trinidad to fly out to see about health, to fly back in while pandemic is going on. That is important. But to go down Panama, to pick up ventilators for the citizen use is not important. So listen to this now. We have a caller on line. Caller, good night.
Good night, Said.
Go right ahead.
Everybody worrying about this crisis. But I hear the minister of culture or something talking about the Dolly Jail. She talking about carnival already. It wouldn't be the same. You see how them jumping already.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, she said it wouldn't be the same like this year. Go on. So in advance, them don't plan for to jump and wine already. It wouldn't be the same.
Thank
and
you, my friend.
What would you say? You don't get a call us from up Lavante and beat them and think what you don't link them up. To hear who complaining and who getting enough food I eat. Thank you, Said.
Thank you, my friend. I wonder if she catch COVID-19, she will last so long. Study more next year and you study more this year? Let me tell you something. COVID-19 invisible. But human beings in Trinidad, we're not invisible, you know. Because I definitely sure I'll sitting in front of the TV and on Facebook and on YouTube and I'll seen me. Side is do spiritual work, but side not invisible. If a mosquito bite, I feel it because I can feel it. So here it is now. 33 nationals who were in Barbados are home at last. The group left Barbados and landed around 2 p.m. at Piaco today. They came in a chartered Caribbean airline flight at their own expense. You see why it is hit hard? We have things to pick up in Panama, ventilators, but that's important. This crew, these 33 of them, had to fly in at their own cost, while we paid $85,000 for some people who went on a cruise ship. The government paying for a building for them for $85,000, while them pay to go on a cruise. It wasn't sponsored to them. They paid to go on the cruise. In return, the government now have to pay for a house to keep them. You can't send them in the hospital, you know, because nobody will get no money. You have to put them in a home, so somebody go get money. So the 33 of them in Barbados now, who's stranded, they had to pay their own flights to come down. And then Said mustn't say nothing. I am not about party, you know. I am not about party, you know. I am about constructive individual trying to fix Trinidad and Tobago. That is what I am about. They came in on a chartered Caribbean airline flight at their own expense and were taken straight to the National Aquatic Center in Tacarigua. Health Minister Terence Dial Singh said yesterday the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Roshan Parashram, had a team on standby to deal with the nationals. So let me tell you something. Before we go further, according to the Minister of Health, according to the CMO, according to the Minister of National Security, they had to make sure that they were not positive for COVID-19. Good? Nice. They had to make sure that happened in Barbados before they could come in Trinidad. So let me ask you something. If they come in Trinidad now, why are you carrying them in a home now? Why are you carrying them in a home? If they were already cleared in Barbados, they spend their own money to charter a Caribbean airline plane to come in Trinidad, you still carrying them in a home. You call that spinning top in mud. Because you could have simply bring them from Barbados into Trinidad and then quarantine. Sometimes I wonder if God gave everybody common sense, you know. Serious. I just wonder that sometimes. I just wonder that sometime. At today's media conference, Minister Dayal Singh said the group would be kept at the facility in Tacarigua when they return.
From today, the Barbados contingent, 33, will be housed at Tacarigua. So across 3 step-down facilities, we are going to have 77 persons.
So now, viewers, declared in Barbados, the health administration give them clearance to leave because they clear. So down here now, we housing them again. After they spend about 30 days in Barbados, quarantine, they're clear. Trinidad send up test kits, they're clear. You're going back again to house them again. Why they didn't go home and stay there 14 days in their home? We spin it top in mud in Trinidad and then say we fixing this and we fixing that and we fixing the next. I want $2 million. Yeah, if the government give me $2 million, I feed the poor. Social development give me $2 million, I feed in the poor. And I bring in bills for all you. I bring in bills for all you. So just imagine that. Show them the visuals. So viewers, the 33 of them are in Trinidad at their own cost. They had to be cleared before they come down. Now that they're cleared and they're in Trinidad, they're going back in our next home again. Have you ever seen things like that? Recently, the Prime Minister went away and come back, boom, on the media on a platform. Any quarantine? No. Call her good night.
Hi, good night, sir.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I find you looking sharp with that jacket, boy. Look like the Millennium Stars.
Like?
Hear it, sir?
Like who?
Hear it, sir? Like the Millennium Stars. Hear it, sir? I call them from Shogunas West. I can't tell you the last time I see Ganga sing.
Don't make joke.
So recently, last election. Listen, Councillor is our next waste of time. You don't see fight Mohammed, no waste, no time. Now I live in the same street where you used to live before, inside the Haddle Road.
Right.
If you see the condition of that drain right now side, you got ball.
Don't make joke. Like I had to boost up the drain to clean again then.
Boy, the drain in a mess, boy. The grass growing higher than the wall itself for the road they on right now.
I will drive in there tomorrow.
Huh?
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I'll drive in it. I think this fight Mohammed is the councillor.
Yeah, drive straight down the Abbey Road and where you watch the drain. Come out of your car and watch the drain and you tell me if that is what you're supposed to be voting for in the country now.
Thank you, man. Good thing you raised it up. I'll drive in it tomorrow. Faik, the drain was cleaning, people complaining. You and the mayor, take a drive in. That is your area. Let the people see you. Do something for the community. Because after general is local, all of you want to go back. You see something that I always say. When you want to remain in power, you have to please the people who put you in power. Please the people who put you in power and you will stay in power. How long did Dr. Eric William run Trinidad for? How long? So for those of you who don't know where the Heritage and Stabilization Fund was created, it was under the UNC. Yes, I ain't say no. But who was running the UNC when that was created? It was created by one member. It was fueled by another party. And it was dismantled by another party. I had to say dismantle. Because you create your legislation and your amendment to go in. Because you can't wait for next year, people go dead. So I want to see now how much money. Hey, talking about that. Remember in February, Finance Minister Colin Mbert secured a loan for $1.35 billion to fix the airport in Tobago? That was just in February. That was just in February. Look, we in April. And who approved that? CAF. Latin America Development Bank. Talk now. We have more tomorrow. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight. Nevertheless, it's Wednesday. I will be with you here on Wednesday night. This week is a mashup week. Now remember, tomorrow night is about, I want to hear you call in from your area. Let us know if the counselor is visiting you with a hamper with goodies. Viewers, be safe. Enjoy the night. Like I always say on my show before I end, illa anta ba illa sir itakina laba unta. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. Wear your mask if you're stepping outside. Don't get the virus. And you're good to go. Until we meet again, good night.